next up we'll get this end piece on. Alright, end piece, they refer to that as the foot. Makes sense. It just kind of pinches itself in there. I think. Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll just stick that bolt in there to that should be good. Next up, we'll get it bolted down and start putting the motor back on. Get those last ones tightened up. We'll clean this up a little bit, find us a motor. Yeah, before we go any further, let's go ahead and just put these handles on here. Okay, we'll do the tool rest. And for a tool rest, this actually had another handle here. Was missing. I didn't really see any need to try to find one. I did find this T-bolt here. We'll see how that does. I may actually look at that. I may turn that end down if I can, but seems to be doing all right. Go. All right, now we can start looking towards the motor. I think we need to put a different power cord on that motor, though. Let's see. Alright, so the cord's just way too long for what we need. So we're going to go ahead and take this long cord off and see if we can't come up with something a little shorter. Alright, so I got a fairly short cord here. It came off a heat gun I had. Kind of made a dead man out of it the other year, then put an end on it to make a short extension cord, but it's kind of short for cord. I think I'll put this end on this longer cord, make a dangerously undersized extension cord out of it. This motor is reversible, and that's maybe something we'll do later on. We'll add a switch to it and make it reversible. I don't really know if the need is there, but it'd be a nice feature to have. on the bottom, right there. Yeah, it's under tight. We'll just hook the new wire up, same as the old, white on the bottom, black on the top. Ground where the ground goes. Let's see here. Tighten that. Feel the need for a little curl on here. Threads are looking a little dry. And we'll just push that in a little bit. Tighten down our strain relief. Good and snug. And we'll get our cover back on. Just make sure everything looks good in there. Make sure it pushes up. And give it a test run. Sounds good. Let's get her mounted. Alright, so we got the motor back on. We got some bolts just run up through. Don't have them tight yet. We got the belt on. I think a little tighter on that belt. We're going to take a straight edge. Not too bad. I think that'd be alright. Should have got some. So that don't look too bad. If I go too tight, then I can't swap the belt. Let's start there. Fudge more. Let's try it right there. Let's tighten these down. I think that's going to be alright. Next we'll put the switch back on. Put a couple screws here to keep it from rattling. And this cord will kind of run up here. Probably put the slack under here, then run up through here. Because it'll just plug into the back of this switch, but yeah, we don't want any slack there, so. On we come. See if we can. That'll work. Alright, now we got the belt set. We'll go ahead and put the switch and control box back on. Switch through here. Maybe I should do the switch first. No. Yeah, I see. It kind of goes like that. Tells me the faceplate needs to also go on at the same time. Yeah. Use a screw starter, which I had to go look for. Probably got a half a dozen of these things. I don't know if one of them was here in the garage anymore. Hey, we'll get that one started here. we're going to fix this cover up. The plastic is broke away from where the hinge mounted. Keep getting this wrong. Try to find this. Oh, it's too big. Still. Alright, this rivet may be too short. And we'll fix it to find out. Works perfect. I need another pair of hands. Alright, we've got rivets. We got our hinge back in place now. That looks better. Yeah, it's going to be too short. Pull it right on. Let's try this one. I think they're all mixed up in there. So we got one in there. We're gonna have to go over and just drill a couple holes through here and put some more in. Alright, do some more. Probably would work better for glue gun won't be dang place. I'm coming away and holding it down. Alright, first thing we want to do is double check this thread. We'll start off with something that looks fine, like it. Let's start with a 14. 14's not going to do it. How about a 16? Yeah, 16 is going to lay right in there. Okay. We're going to use our threading tool. It's a rethreader, not really a threading tool, but it's designed for fixing threads. We got a 3/4 by 16 die in there. This is a snap-on, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. And if you're a certain viewer, you probably know all about this tool. Good friend of mine, DJ, sends me a text one day with a picture of this thing and says, "Hey, do you want to buy this?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "What is it?" I said, "I don't know." So I bought it, forgot about it. He rode around with it in his truck for about 6 months and finally remembered to give it to me. And then I figured out what it was. Now, I've never used it. If that's going to fit down in there or how that's going to work. I think we got to go at this from a different angle. Yeah. Let's retry something. Well, I kind of had my doubts that would work, but boy, it actually did. Couple hard dings in there. Put a little tap magic on there. Nothing kind of at the end of the thread there. Yeah, I think we'll stop there. I think that'll get an adapter to go to a 3-jaw, 4-jaw chuck. Most now are a 1" by 1/8 pitch thread. So they sell you an adapter separately, or some of the chucks come with them. So the adapter will go on there, chuck will go thread onto the adapter. But I'm happy with that. That'll accept that. So I'm pretty impressed with this threading tool. I had my doubts there for a minute, but it saved the day. Well, that'll bring this video to a close. Got another piece of equipment for the shop. We'll see what else we can find next. A couple things. I like to find a planer, maybe an edger. You know, do I know how to use this stuff? Not really. Am I gonna fool around with it? Probably so. I get a lot of enjoyment out of restoring this stuff and making it work, regardless if I really know how to use it or not. But you know, keeps me busy. Like I say, eventually we'll add a 3-draw chuck to this. I'm kind of interested in doing that. Um, Pretty reasonable ones on Amazon. There's one from Harbor Freight. Uh, all about the same price, anywhere from $150 to $300. Grizzly's got one for $300. Amazon's got a V-Bore for $150. Harbor Freight was about $150, but we'll see. Really happy how this came out. I'm really happy with the color of the paint. I think it matched pretty good to the original color. Even though I wasn't really going for an exact copy, it's not really gonna affect the value any. But really happy how it turned out. I will be using that color in the future. I like how it dried. It dried really quick. I was able to get this sprayed, kind of moved back in, worked with it very quick. Looks like a real hard. Looks it's gonna be a hard paint too. Not something that's gonna chip off or But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We will get some wax for this. Try to clean it up and wax it. Keep it from rusting again. But go ahead and sounds pretty good. Motor sounds pretty good. Like I say, it is a reversible motor. We may add a reverse switch if that's something that can be used on a wood lathe. I'm not really sure that it is because the better units I've looked at don't seem to have reverse, and I don't know if that's something, like a metal lathe, you would use reverse for different reasons, but not sure on a wood lathe. We'll see. Be easy to do. Be kind of fun. Table might need a little work. I'm not too happy with the legs. There's a little bit of flex in them. I may run a couple supports and maybe put some wheels on it. Kind of go back and forth on wheels. I've got a really small shop, and having stuff on wheels is nice to take outside, do my work, and then bring it back all inside. It's kind of my direction here on out is going to have to be mostly work outside, or move stuff around or take stuff outside, cover it up, work. If the weather's bad, if the weather's good, just take it outside, make myself room, and then when I'm done, pack it back in. But we'll see. If you'd hit the like button, most appreciate it, and even better if you subscribe. We thank you.